13. Get up. Those were my first words I ever heard. Open my eyes, see a girl, black and blue all over, dried blood along her thighs, red-brown stains smeared across the hairless juncture between. Get up and take a bath, Alice, the man in the blue shirt said, and Alice did. I did. That's how I was born. Naked, hairless, covered in blood like all babies. Named, bathed, and then taken out into the world. 14. I pay for my waxing and wait for my receipt. The woman who prints it out asks if I want to leave a tip. I gave her $5 already, I say. Can you put that on the bill? The woman frowns but types something into her computer and then prints out another receipt. I leave and walk to the bus stop. Along the way, I stop at a convenience store and buy $5 worth of hot dogs and candy. 2 hot dogs with cheese and 3 candy bars on sale. Bright orange stickers below the candies saying special, value. I eat everything before the bus comes, even the candy bars. They're chocolate gone old, spider-webbed with gray, and throw away all the wrappers away. Here's a tip. Leave no evidence behind. 15. Once upon a time, a little girl who lived at 623 Daisy Lane disappeared. The police questioned everyone, even a woman who remembered talking to a man whose little boy had already gone out into the parking lot. She remembered because he asked where the gift shop was and said thank you after she told him. No one says thank you anymore, she told the police. No one's ever grateful for anything. Ray let me watch her say that on TV, and then he turned it off and smiled at me. 16. I get home at 5, which is after Ray gets home. He works 7 to 4 every day, with an hour for lunch, loading trucks at a warehouse that ships boxes of ready-to-assemble furniture, the kind that comes with picture instructions and lots of little screws. All our furniture is from there, and all of it leans to one side. Manufacturer seconds. Errors. My hands are shaking as I close the door behind me. What happened? Ray says. He's still eating his apple. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Bus broke down. We had to wait. I sit down at the kitchen table to be judged. What bus? 75. He calls the bus company. I watch him throw his apple away. There is still some flesh left, white around the tiny core. I am too nervous to imagine eating it. Also, for once, I am not hungry. I have not brushed my teeth. I will smell like food, and Ray will smell it on me. I look at the knife on the kitchen counter and picture it in my chest. I don't think it would take long for my heart to stop beating. All right, thank you, Ray says, and hangs up the phone. He looks at me. I'm glad you didn't lie to me about the bus, Alice. I nod, look right at him. Does he know about the food? Do you have a receipt? I fish it out of my pocket and hand it to him. He looks at it and then throws it in the trash. Hungry? I nod. Does he know about the food? He opens the refrigerator. It is the loudest thing in our apartment. Makes old wheezing noises, like it is struggling to stay cold. You know what will happen if you ever do lie to me, don't you? Yes. Good, he says, and slides me a fun-sized container of yogurt. The top promises it's the perfect lunch for children, because I would hate to take time off work to drive all the way to 623 Daisy Lane and wait for everyone to come home and take care of things. Helen and Glenn both have new jobs. Did you know that? Do you want to know where they work? I shake my head. I open my yogurt. Ray doesn't give me a spoon, so I scoop out some with my fingers. My breath will smell okay now. I'd hate for them to come home and find me there, waiting for them, he says. I'd hate for your parents to die because of you. I didn't lie to you about the bus, I say. I know, silly girl. My girl, he says, and stands up, unbuckles his belt, opens his pants. Come over here. Give me a kiss hello. I get up and walk over to him. He frowns, and I hunch over so I barely come up to his shoulders. Alice, my baby, he says, kissing my cheek. Then he shoves me to my knees. When he's finished, he throws the rest of my yogurt away. It spoils so easily, he says. I wouldn't want you to get sick. Let's go watch TV. We do. He drinks beer and orders a pizza and puts me on his lap during the sitcom he hates. I am hungry again now. Think of food, hot dogs, candy bars, and pizza crusts inside the box on the floor. Ray likes how smooth I am, how raw my skin is. It burns by the time he's done touching it. No breakfast tomorrow, he says afterward. I think you might be over 100 pounds. That's not acceptable. At bedtime, he rumples his sheets. We have a 2-bedroom apartment. Because we are father and daughter, and he wants to take care of me, wants me to have my own room, like other little girls, and then crawls into my tiny bed with me. My sheets have pictures of cartoon princesses on them, with pink trim and a matching pink comforter. Love you, he says before he falls asleep. I am so hungry my head hurts with it, making me slow, and he pinches my thigh, hard. Love you too, I say, but it is too late, and he holds me down, breathing hard and fast. Show me, he says. Show me. So I do. 17. Ray gets up at 6, showers and dresses. He whistles while he shaves, and I listen for the clanking hum of the refrigerator. Count it out, its wheezing rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ray tried to teach me how to whistle once in one of his better moods, but I could never pick it up. He said he still loved me anyway. Lucky me. No breakfast, remember, he says, sitting down next to me on the bed, one paternal hand on my forehead, while the other gropes below. He keeps it up until he starts to sweat, little beads of moisture gathering at his temples, and then gets up. Every Sunday we go to the Freedom Church. Ray believes in God, and in looking at all the little girls in their Sunday best, ribbons and bows and tiny socks with lace on them. The day I got too tall to wear the white dress with short, puffy sleeves and little tucks along the chest, he filled the kitchen sink with water and shoved my head into it. I was 13 then, and when I tried to stay down after he'd helped me there, legs burning, inside of my head going dark, he hauled me out and slammed me so hard the right side of my face grew a hard-shaped bruise. Jaw to forehead. I couldn't go outside for a week. No one missed me. 2 days later, when my face was still swollen hot, he came home with a lock of my mother's hair. He wouldn't tell me how he got it, even when I cried and crawled onto his lap to beg the way he likes best. He just said, I decide everything. Remember that. God and monster all in one, and mine to worship. I tell him to have a good day before he leaves my room, and he turns back to grin, proud. I look good today, don't I? I nod. He looks like Ray. There are no words for what he looks like to me. He whistles again as he leaves. I close my eyes. There are several women at Freedom Church who think Ray is attractive, with his full head of hair and carefully pressed clothes. They like that he is so strict with me. They say when they talk to him, he has his hand on my shoulder, remember what I will do if you try to relieve me. Remember who you belong to. Their eyes gleam with hope.